Alright, so now let's see. The first step is to install the Laravel. Now in order to install the Laravel, we first have to install another thing which is called the Composer. Now why do we require the Composer to download first, then the Laravel framework itself? Because Laravel framework is a mixture of lot of other third-party tools, and those third-party tools can be downloaded by the help of Composer, and Laravel itself can be installed with the help of Composer. There are so many other ways to download the Laravel or install the Laravel project in the system, but we are not going to cover those yet. Maybe we discuss those in the future, but as of now we do require the Composer to download first, because it downloads the dependency injections on which the Laravel is dependent on. So as I said, like the third-party libraries, files and stuff like that. So in order to download those first, we first need to download the Composer. So how to download the Composer? So just search on Google or type in the URL like getcomposer.org. Alright, so you will land on this page. Let's click on download here, and here we have two options. The first option is like we can download the Composer setup.exe file, and this will automatically installs us by the help of the exe file. The second way is like we can install the Composer by running this line of command in the command line. So the preferred way, what I feel, is basically, so this will install the program in the current directory. Then we have to modify the global path, the app path in the environment variables, which I think so like that will be a little tough job, because that will be a little bit of manual functionality going on involved. So the best solution is to click on download Composer exe file, and this will automatically download the file. I am not going to install it because I have already installed the Composer. So once the Composer, so you can see that the composer.exe setup is downloaded. So once you click on that, it will ask you a few questions and then you can install it right away. Alright, so how to check if the Composer is successfully installed in your system? So first option is go to your command line, and yeah, so just search for cmd and then type in Composer -v, and this should show you the Composer version here. So already you can see that we have lots of information coming here. So the Composer version is 2.5.2 as the time of recording. So this is like 30th of 2023. So I'm not sure like what the version you will be having on your systems. So but for me it's 2.5.2. so this indicates like the Composer has been successfully installed on my system. Now the next thing is to install the Laravel. Alright, so how to install the Laravel? Let's go to the documentation here, and let's go to the installation process. Alright, so we have on installation here, and let's scroll down a bit. There we go. So you can see that in order to download the install the Laravel framework, we have to run this following command: Composer create project. So this is basically the command, and then Laravel /Laravel. So this is basically the GitHub repository it is referring to. An example dash app means like you can name it anything. With this name the folder will be created. Alright, so let's go ahead and quickly install the Laravel. Alright, now in order to download the Laravel, we first must have the PHP server installed on our machine. So that server could be the XAMPP or WAMP. So if you have not downloaded anything, either it's XAMPP or WAMP, or if you are on Mac machine, you maybe have LAMP. So if you have not downloaded those, so I would recommend you first download those, and I would prefer to download the WAMP, because WAMP is very much better than the XAMPP, and the most important thing about WAMP is like it supports multiple PHP versions that are outdated or that are previously supported by PHP, the WAMP still supports those PHP versions as well, as compared to XAMPP. So XAMPP automatically downloads the latest PHP version for you, which might not be suitable for most of the cases. All right, so I have downloaded the XAMPP. So I will go to the C and then WAMP. Sorry, I have downloaded the WAMP and WAMP 64, then www, and inside the www we will have all our projects listed. So what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to create a new folder and name it as Udemy. All right, so inside that I am going to install the Laravel. So what I will do is basically I will hold the shift button and right click, and I will open PowerShell window here. So you have two options. The first option, if you don't have the PowerShell window, what you can do is basically you can come up here, click on the URL and just type in cmd, and this will automatically opens the command line prompt in the current directory. You can either install a framework by using the cmd, or if you have a PowerShell installed, you can use either of these. Alright, so I'm going to prefer the PowerShell. So let's copy this command. So it says composer create dash project. So I will say composer create dash project Laravel / Laravel, and then the name of the folder which we are going to name it. So I will say basics, and I will hit enter. And once you hit enter, it will start creating the Laravel files and installing the dependencies that are required in order to run the Laravel application. Alright, so this might take a little bit of time depending upon the internet speed. So once it's done, I will be back in the video. Alright, so now the Laravel application or the framework has been downloaded successfully, and let's open this framework in our favorite editor. So I am using the PHP Storm. You can use Visual Studio Code or Sublime or whatever you prefer, but I prefer the PHP Storm. So inside the PHP Storm, I will open the project. So I will go to the directory and I will search for the Udemy folder here. And then we have the folder called basics. And then once we open this project, we will have a lot of directories available on the left hand side. We are not going to look at those right now, and we will try in the upcoming videos. I will demonstrate you like what these directories are and what they are meant for, and what are the purposes, how we can play with the directories, in which directory the files are going to be saved and stuff like that. So as of now, what we have learned here is basically we have to, let's recap this episode. And we have learned how to install the Laravel framework, and for that we need a composer first. And then why composer? Because composer is a dependency management tool. Alright, so with the help of composer we can download the third-party libraries in our application which may be required future in our projects, and then we can install the Laravel. Now there is another way of installing the Laravel, and I am going to teach you the second way in the next video. Alright, so that's about it, and I will see you in the next one.